Mom, I have something I need to tell you. Okay, baby, what is it? I'm bi. Oh, that's okay. Hey, Mom, remember when I said that I was bi? I have something different that I need to tell you this time. Okay, what is it? So I've been doing some soul searching and I don't really like girls. I just strictly like boys. So you're gay? Yeah, I'm gay. Hi, Mom, remember when I said that I was gay? Well, there's more to it. Okay, so not only do I like boys, but I don't feel like one. So you're trans? Yeah.
What?
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, hi, subscribe. So today I want to give a little lesson on labels, specifically surrounding gender and sexuality. If you are an OG to my channel, you know that my journey with coming out has been that I came out to my parents as bisexual at the first, and then I came out as gay, and then as of last year I came out as transgender, and as of this year, February, I started transitioning. So yes, my story is a bi now, gay later, JK, I'm trans. However, I acknowledge that my story does confuse some audiences. A lot of people think that when someone comes out that is the only truth. Well, discovering your gender identity, discovering your sexual orientation, which are both very different things, and we'll talk about that later. It's hard to find descriptors to help describe how you're feeling, you know? If you are part of the queer community, you know what I'm talking about, especially if you have hot labels. So with my story being a bi now, gay later, JK, I'm trans, and I will say I want to be careful with how I present my story. My story is factual, this is what happened, but also just a clarification, I don't want to hurt the bi community at all. When people say bi now, gay later, it does affect the reputation of those who are actually bisexual and actually do have the bisexual experience. They experience attraction towards men and women. That phrase can be harmful to that community, and it can often disinvalidate their sexual orientation, their sexual attractions. So while I'm talking about my story, just keep that in mind that although yes, I said I was bi, then I said that I was gay, and then now coming out as transgender, the truth is that I was never bi, I was never gay. I am a transgender woman who was attracted to men, but at the time, with being so in denial of who I was as a transgender person, trying so hard to fit the boy box, that at the time, the labels that I thought fit me best, which they didn't, but at the time, I wanted to believe that they did. I did come out as bisexual, and then later on as gay. And why that was because I was scared. I was scared to come out. If you don't know too much about me, and if you are new to this channel, I am from Utah. I was born in Provo, raised in Payson, went preschool all the way through high school in Payson, and I also grew up in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, aka the LDS Church, aka the Mormon Church, but more formally, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And being queer in the church is frowned upon. Historically speaking, queer people are an abomination. They used to preach that if someone was gay, and the emphasis was mostly on gay men, but everyone within the queer community could feel it. If you were gay back in the olden days in the church, you were seen as a abomination. God didn't create you that way, you chose that, hence you are a sinner. Now they're saying that the attraction itself isn't a sin, but acting upon it is. And at the time that I was growing up, that is the stance that the church took. And at the time, with people forcing me into the boy box, whenever I did anything girly, they'd be like,
Don't do that. Stop crossing your legs. Speak lower.
Like, how I'm talking to you now, this is how I talk. Whether you find a high pitch or low pitch, that is up to you. But back then, with me talking just like this, people would tell me to lower my tone
to like talking like this.
Which I have to put effort into. That's besides the point. But at the time, with being forced into the boy box, I had almost convinced myself, even though my gender identity was still on the back burner, I had almost convinced myself that I was a boy, and acknowledging at the time that I was attracted to boys, but being so scared that if I were to come out, that my head would be on a plaque. And this is the reality for a lot of queer people that grew up in religious communities, very conservative communities, places that don't accept queer people. And that's not to say that all religious people are like that. That's not to say all conservative people are like that. Generally speaking, this is the reality. So at the time, I was super scared to come out, and dipping my toes into the water. Well, not even dipping my toes, like looking at the water, throwing pebbles into the water, not willing to take a dive. I said that I was bi to test the waters, and I had a good reaction from my parents. They were like, okay, yeah, except for they knew that that wasn't it. From my interactions with people, my parents could tell that I was not attracted to women, like, at all. Even though they wouldn't even consider me a lesbian, they would just say, like, she's very straight, she really likes boys. And that's the fact. But at the time I did come out as bi, they played along with it. They reassured me that they accepted me and everything. And then later on, I did come out as gay, which gay does mean someone of one gender who is attracted to someone of their same gender. So boys liking boys, girls liking girls. And they took it well, but at the same time, while I was on my mission, I did serve a mission, if you didn't know. I do have a whole video on that. If you want to check it out, I'll just leave it in the description box. While I was on my mission, and my mom shared this on my YouTube channel, I'll leave it up in the eye. The eye's on this side, sorry. She did share that while I was on my mission, she learned about transgender people, and it was back at that time where my mom was trying to think maybe there's more to Khristian than just liking boys. Like maybe Khristian is transgender, specifically a transgender woman. And at the time, she and my dad were both prepared that if I were to come out, or when is what they said, that they'd have my back, and they still do. So with saying that I was gay, I dipped my toes into the water, and then coming out as transgender was me diving into the water like, we've made it, this is it, this is the last label I'm gonna play with, this is what I am. And there are many stories like mine. There are other trans people that I've met that did the same thing that I did. They said that they were bi, then they came out as gay or lesbian, and then now they are transitioning. With that being said, when someone does come out to you, and if they come out to you multiple different times, they're playing around with labels. They're trying to find which one fits me best. So if you did want to throw a label on me, I am a transgender woman who is straight. So transgender, straight, the gender identity, and then the sexual orientation. Those are the two labels that we would use. Taking off labels, if I were to articulate, and if I could go back into time, this is what I would have told my parents in the first place. I am attracted to boys, and at the same time, I don't feel like a boy. I feel like a girl trapped in a boy's body. No labels. It relates back to what I had just said, using labels. That is the truth. That is the story. That is what I am. That's the experience. That's the facts. So it is possible to come out without using the labels, and some people, even within the queer community, don't like to label themselves as gay, as bi, as trans, as whatever. They like to be label-less, which to each their own. If you were to throw a label on it, I'm trans and I'm straight. So I hope this helps you see that there is a difference between gender and sexuality. People playing with labels, allow that for them. Discovering who you are is a journey. Finding the right label to help describe yourself to other people is a journey. If someone comes out as one thing, then comes out another thing a few years down the road or another month, just let them be, let them figure out what it is, and just walk with them the whole rest of the way on their journey. So all in all, let people be people. Let them go on their journey. If they find a label and come out as that label, let it be. Accept it, acknowledge it, validate it. If they find a different one that works better for them, whatever. So I hope you learned something. If you like this video, give it a good thumbs up. Comment down below if you're in the same predicament, or share your story down below. If you have any other questions, if you feel like I missed something or something wasn't super clear, ask in the comment section and I can answer you either in like a video or just, yeah. And then don't forget to subscribe so that you're updated on more content, and I will see y'all the next time.